Hello, my beyond infinite ones and my beautiful loved ones. I love you abundantly, right? Infinitely, yes. So today, as you can see, I have a journal in front of me, and I actually was reading through my journal, and I wrote in this journal I don't know how long ago, right? But I just took time to actually reflect on who I was and how far I've become and how far I've came, should I say. And how proud I am of myself, even for the thoughts I had back then, right? Some of the things I just never shared, and I was just going through my journal, and I was like, "Oh, you are magnificent, phenomenal, great, abundant, beautiful, prosperous," right? And I happened to see a lot of goals and dreams that I actually accomplished, and I'm like, "Wow, this is what I wanted. This is what I saw, and I triumphed and I conquered, right? I did it." So I just want to share with you what I have written and some key points as to why journaling is so very important, right? Okay, now I have number one. It says why I write. It says helps clarify thoughts and feelings. This is a big one for me, y'all, because in my early years, and sometimes even now, I'm working on, coming out of my shell as I am, And I used to harbor a lot of my thoughts, my emotions, and my feelings within inside myself. And as I look, I'm like, wow, right? So I would write and I would release it, release all of it. So it says, seeing your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on paper gives you a different outlook or perspective on oneself. So sometimes I would journal and I would say, this situation isn't correct, or let me scratch this out. This is not what I want to write, right? It helps you gain clarity of your thought process, and it helps you debunk false narratives that are put on to you by society, right? So I'll give you an example of the very last one. Everybody has this saying that you come into this world alone and you go out alone, and that's not completely true, right? We come into this world with a mother waiting for us to come through, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is some of us come through with a whole family of people. Definitely didn't come in this world alone, right? And another aspect of it is we come in here with our beautiful angels and ancestors and energies guiding us right through that portal, right? So we definitely don't come here alone. We're not here alone. We here deep. We look, we angeled up, okay? And because we may be on this lower level of vibration, we automatically feel or think that we came into this world alone, because that's what level or that's where we're at in life at the time. If we're on a lower level, and we say lower level, but if you're just feeling a little sad and that frequency is just a little low, right? It's just different. So you gotta be able to see through that and know, right? This is why knowing and awareness is so important. You gotta know, right? Number two, it says promote self-reflection. And what did I just say, right? I had to reflect on myself. So identifying patterns, themes, thoughts, and behaviors within yourself. It helps self-reflection and introspection, right? And what is introspection? To examine or observe one's mental and emotional process, right? So when you go back and you read your journaling, you begin to see the patterns that you go through in life, situations that may repeat themselves, right? And it gives you awareness to know who you are. In some situations, or even most, it can show, what we consider to be flaws, and it can show your strengths, right? Number three, and that literally leads on to number three, which is phenomenal. I love that I wrote it this way. It says supports personal growth and self-awareness, right? So once you begin to self-reflect, right? Now you are in a growth stage because now you're again bringing in that awareness. So you begin to understand your strengths and the areas that you may need to improve on. That's exactly what I wrote down here too, y'all. Which aid towards personal growth and positive change. I love it, right? So even as a younger, however many years ago this was, I realized the importance of journaling, right? Many years ago, and how I would self-reflect, how I would see my flaws, and how I can see improvement, and I can see how beautiful I actually was, right? And I still am. Even more like the flowers behind me, right? It's beautiful, amazing, amazing. I love the yellow. Number 4, it can help relieve stress. This is a big one for me, right, y'all? Because again, during my early stages in life, I was an introvert, very quiet, very to myself. I didn't share too many of my thoughts with anybody. However, I would journal, right? I would talk to myself, I would journal, I would express myself on paper, I would do poetry, right? And this poetry would relieve a big part of who I was, and it just gave me so much confidence. It let me just release, right? Everything I needed without any judgment, right? With anybody saying and having their input on who I was or who I am or judging my thoughts. Now I'm at a place where I don't mind if you judge my thoughts or who I am, because I know I'm very righteous and I move righteously. And I really take the time to do self-improvement and self-reflect. And I even journal to this very day, right? It says, what does it say? Writing how you feel about a situation is a great release, especially when you are upset and want to get your thoughts out. It says it helps you make sense of who you are and why you get triggered emotionally. And it says be truthful, right? Because we had the diary, right? We had the little key, the Lisa Frank, the colors and everything. Oh, that was my favorite. I love colors even to this day. And I say be truthful because you only can dissect yourself and understand you to the fullest if you are honest with yourself. You can only come to this state of awareness. No matter how you come to this state of awareness, you have to be truthful with oneself. That's it. That's just how it goes, right? The next one says serve as a record, and this is one of my all-time favorites, right? Because again, I get to go back into my archive, right? And see that I actually wrote something. And I got to see where my mind was and how far I've came and the ins and outs within myself. I love it every time. I love it, I look at my growth, I look at my progress. And I gave myself so much grace, right? It says track your progress, set goals, manifest, prepare for the day, stay organized, remember important events and experiences. To gather the many different nuances you've experienced in life. So yes, that literally sums it up in a nutshell, right? Especially when you hit that manifestation, because when I tell you I done looked through this journal and seen almost everything I have accomplished to this day, oh yeah, it's real. So I encourage you to literally write every single rising and every single night, right? I make this a habitual practice, right? I do it religiously, right? And it brings you so much further in life. You see who you are, who you become, and who you're becoming to be in the future, right? We are these infinite beings, And I know this will help you. So, like, share, and comment if you would like. I love you. Peace, love, infinite divine abundance onto you. Peace.